know that 89% of the United States population have a dream of writing a book, but only 2% actually do that? Is that you? Hi, I'm Christine Robinson from Passion Publish Profit, and I've just spent 7 amazing hours with 15 of the most amazing people in a virtual bootcamp who are taking their businesses to the next level by becoming a best-selling author. And most of them couldn't believe how amazingly simple and fast my proven system is. I've helped over 300 authors become best-selling authors. So by sharing my 5-step process with you right now, and in this video I'm going to go over the very first and most important step. But before I do, make sure you go over and like my Facebook page on facebook.com/like Christine, and by doing that you'll be one of the first to be notified. You'll be first to be notified of great steps like this one. Okay, so step 1 is plan. All around planning, clarity is the very first part. So what's the reason for you writing your book? You need to reverse engineer it. What's the end in mind? People have so many reasons for wanting to write a book. I could count at least 20 on my hand. So what's your number one reason for writing your book? So start off with the end in mind, having clarity about that. The second thing that you need to have clarity about, and this is so important, and this doesn't only count for your book, but it also counts for any content, any marketing, a Facebook post, article, anything that you do is all around my what I call the magical M3. Now I used to teach maths, so I love maths and maths terms and what have you. And with my coaching clients I use lots of diagrams and everything. So with the M3, that is market, message, media. Now most people start out with their message, and yes, your message is highly important, but if you're not giving the message over in the right way, no one is even going to pay attention to it. No one's going to hear or read or see your message. So the number one most important thing that you must do is really look and focus at the market. So with the market you really need to narrow down. Most people go really broad. You need to narrow down and go really deep into a niche, and then into I call a super niche area. And once you do that, you're able to then look at who your ideal client is and create your avatar. Now, if you want more information about any of these, then comment in ask me in the Facebook group, and I'll send you to lots of other places. But for right now, we'll just carry on. So then you look at your avatar, and you really get to know your avatar so very well. You need to do that. And I'm going to go into more detail a little bit later in another video about that. So there's at least 5 videos in this series. This is the first one. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you're going to be able to obviously get more of them. Now, the third point that you really need to get clear or have clarity on is your what. Okay, so what are you going to be writing about? And the number one biggest mistake that most people make is writing about what they want to write about, which is great if it's your story, but still you've got to look at tuning it into who your target audience is. So you really want to be writing about what your audience wants to read, because there's no point in having a really great, a book that you've spent a lot of time on, although the way I teach you how to do it is really fast. If no one is going to read your book, no one's going to come across it, because it's not something that they're looking for. It's not top of mind. Okay, so what you need to do is, if you don't know what your target audience, your ideal client, your avatar wants to read, you need to ask them, what's their pain point? What's their biggest problem? Where are they at, and where do they want to go to? What's their pain island? How are they going to get to Pleasure Island? Okay, and that's what you're going to talk to them about in your book. The other thing about your book is it's a terrific way, obviously, of gaining authority, credibility, and being seen as the expert in your niche. So in the what, this is what you need to show. So whether you're the expert or you're an interviewer interviewing other experts, or whether you're acting as a publisher where you may be doing lots of different things, gathering lots of stories together and what have you. You can do it that way as well. With your what and your target audience, you need to find out. If you don't know, then you need to question. You need to ask the people who are your avatars. Okay, so once you've created your avatars, now you need to go and ask them. So whether you ask a questionnaire, do a survey, do a Facebook group poll, so either in your group or in other people's groups, find out what it is that they want, and then obviously go and write about it. The other great thing is you can get them involved there. So once they feel involved, they have involvement in your book, then obviously they're going to be one of the first buyers of your book when you've written it. Now also, if you're a coach or a consultant, for example, and you're writing your book about a program that you're just developing, or you're just about to launch, or you have launched, then the book is a great way to get drive people to you, to help them to find your product, and to, obviously, as I said before, to be seen as the expert. Sorry, my dog's just jumping up at me. So it's a great way of people getting to know, like, and trust you, to get intimate with you through your book, through your stories, but also a great way of them being able to see how they would work with you in your program. It's also a great way of testing your program before you spend hours and hours and days creating the content for your program. So BookWhat is a great way of being able to get it out there and to test and measure and to find out exactly if it's what they're looking for. Okay, so in the next video I'm going to go through more of the planning stage, because it's, as I say, it's most important. It's very quite a lot of information in the plan area of the first of the 5 Ps. So if you'd like to find out more about these videos, you don't want to wait for them to come out, go along to bit.ly/author blueprint and download the blueprint that's got the whole 5 steps in there that you're going to be able to create. Go from no idea to writing your book. Okay, take care. I'll see you in the next video.